Hey, what's happening, y'all? My usual nightly walk with the doggy. Oh man, I seen a little post on Instagram today, and it I can't remember. It was some politician dude from the states, and it was really a message from the states for the states because we don't really have this huge of an issue here in Canada. But I'm gonna attempt to answer it in my own opinion with what I think is right. And the statement was, we have a lot of shootings, school shootings, and just terrible, terrible, terrible incidences, violent occasions, violent occurrences in the States. But we've always had guns. So why is it now? And you could do your old little conspiracy thing and say, oh well, it's because of the Trump's administration. We got to get rid of them and all this stuff. And whatever. I don't know. I'm a Canadian. I'd vote for Trump if I was there. But this is my outlook. I think people are out, looking a little weird. But here it is. We are so consumed with social media. We are so consumed with our lives as adults. We very rarely spend time and pay attention to the youth, to our children, because we are so dead focused on providing the best life for them financially, and it is so hard nowadays. It's so hard financially to provide the best for our children that we put so much attention on our finances than we do on the attention our children require. Sometimes they just need us to listen, sit down, shut up, and listen. Because, we all know the old saying, you can't walk a mile in another man's shoes, which is the absolute truth. So even though you're older, you're wiser, you've been through it all, you haven't been through it in their shoes. I think we need to stop and think, listen, and say, hey, yeah, I've been there, I've done it, but I've never done it in your perspective. As me, the parent, as whatever situations we've done and dealt with, in our life. It's just, it's great, but I've never done or dealt with what you're dealing with. I've never had to deal with social media in the way it is now, the cyberbullying, which is a craze now. I never grew up with school shootings. I never grew up with the police as the bad people. I never grew up with all this craziness. I couldn't possibly know what you're going through. Tell me, let me know, and then sit there and shut up. I think if we spend more time with our children, paying attention to them, going out and playing catch, going out and getting dirty in the mud, I think we would learn so much more than we do right now. I think if you want to change our school system or the violence in our communities, we have violence here in Canada where, there's places that I grew up where middle class, blue collar community. Now there's shootings, there's stabbings, there's crazy amount of assaults going on. There's, sexual abuse and sexual violence, rape, and stuff like that when I was there would never even happen. Wouldn't even think it was like a basic school fight, but teachers come and say get back, and maybe they'll swear at you, get the fuck out of here type shit, and you're scared shitless and you run away. But not now, man. These kids don't give a fuck. Maybe they don't give a fuck because we don't give a fuck. Maybe that's it, maybe all we do is give a fuck about our money and our status in society and don't really give a fuck about what they think or what they feel or what they're going through. I couldn't deal with it. I don't, I couldn't deal with it. I don't know how I would have reacted, I'd probably fought some people, that's for sure. But, yeah, man, I just think that we should spend more time spending time with our children, getting to know them, man, precious lives are being lost. I think that could all be stopped with some time being spent. Hey, how you doing, bud? Hey, baby girl, how you doing? Everybody's so confused nowadays, man. Everybody's so confused. It's so terrible. So terrible. So petrifying. What's going to happen when these children become children? You can't even discipline your kids anymore. I was looking when me and my wife we were thinking about adoption. Some of the profiles from the agency that we were looking at, these children actually wrote it. And what they said was amazing. I just want to play baseball with my dad. I just want somebody to love me and care about me. I just want some kind of discipline, some kind of order in my life. That's what these kids were saying, that they want discipline. They want order in their life. They want to be able to run amok. They want to know that somebody cares about them, is going to put boundaries and restrictions on them. Love your kids, man. Hug them. Spend some time with them. Don't just fucking put them in front of a TV. Don't just, while you're driving, hey, I drive my kids to school every day. I spend time with them. Spend time. Go play baseball. Don't go to the movies. Go for a walk in the park. Go for a walk. America's a really fat country. Could use it. Love your kids, y'all. Love your kids.